Greetings everyone on YouTube. Look what I've got for you today. Yep, it's the U.S.S. Santa Claus. And it is the 25th of December 2020, Friday, and Christmas Day. This is my Tier 5 Odyssey class. And I've made it into a theme build for Santa Claus. I was umming and ahhing about calling it the U.S.S. Santa Claus or the U.S.S. Santa's Sleigh. But I went with Santa Claus because we can say the ship is the sleigh and the sleigh's name is Santa Claus, because it carries Santa Claus. So Merry Christmas everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me explain the build a little. I'm using the Iconian Reputation shield, but only for its visuals. It's not actually the main shield of this ship. The main shield is Tilly's shield. The Iconian shield is slotted in the ship's visual slot, which gives it these wavy decorative curves all over the hull and these little what looks like metal shiny finishings. And going into the ship's tailor and choosing the red colours gives this decoration a reddish type appearance, just like Santa's sleigh. It's not a powerful build, it's a theme build. And theme builds do tend to be less powerful for the majority. I'm also using the Temporal Reputation Deflector, but not as the main deflector. The main deflector is Colony Deflector. The Temporal Deflector is just for the visual slot of the ship, to give it this rainbow effect appearance of energy, rainbow energy, kind of like Santa's magic radiating out. As for my weapons, Radiant Anti-Proton from the Iconian Reputation, 7 beams. Because they are golden coloured beams, but they're not just straight beams, they're like stream across space with frayed sides to them, so they're like tinsel, golden tinsel. Plus when they hit the enemy, they make a ringing sound on the enemy's hull, and that ringing sound sounds like seasonal bells, sleigh bells, sort of like a ding 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 sound. So they both double as tinsel and bells. I've got the main weapon from the Iconian Radiant Reputation, but I'm not pairing it with anything. It's still a good weapon on its own. I'm not pairing it with any of its other set pieces. I've got the Crystalline Torpedo, because it's a bright red anti-proton energy torpedo, and it looks like, well, when it fires, it represents Rudolph's noses, shining bright and red to light the way. I guess Rudolph sneezes with lots of ripe red nose stuff. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Kind of festive. The rest is just pretty standard build stuff. Tilly's shield and core, Colony Deflector, Romulan Engine, 2 Lobby-Store consoles, Ragnarok Episode Armor, DPRM, lots of survival, because I don't want Santa dying in battle. That wouldn't be good. And Lorca console for the hull penetration for my, the Starship shield penetration, because my weapons aren't that strong, so I need a bit of extra penetration and crits. I've also got the U.S.S power core, because Santa in our day and age is supposed to come from the North Pole, but on a galactic scale we can say he comes from the North Star, and the U.S.S power core can act like a fragment of the North Star that he carries with him. That gives him additional magical power. It looks kind of like the fragment. I mean, go with me, it's roleplay. It's a theme build. He's got a pretty good hull for a tier 5 ship, and pretty good shields in, and pretty good resists, and pretty good drain. So he's not likely to die much. His crits aren't great, but I'm not going for firepower, I'm going for theme. And his speed and turn rate are pretty good because he's using pilot specialization. It would be pretty rubbish if he wasn't using pilot. Because of Tilly's shield, I put my shields full up and ignored auxiliary this time. My shield power level. Because Tilly's shields increase your weapons based off of how powerful the shield is. That's why my shielding is so good. Skills, just tack ultimate with, as I say, pilot specialization as primary, intel as secondary. Traits. Nothing interesting here. Terran targeting systems for added crit severity. Nadion bypass, because that's very handy for an engineer's energy weapons to get stronger. Supremacy, every time I use fire at will I get a power boost. Pedal to the metal, if I stay at full impulse I get a weapon boost. Emergency weapon cycle for weapon firing hazed. Supercharged weapons, every time I launch a torpedo I get improved weaponry. And redirecting arrays to extend the duration of fire at will. Fire at will's better on this boat for the theme. May not be as strong as beam overload, but Santa needs to make a lot of ringing sounds, so fire at will will make those weapons ring out louder. More crits, more crits. Tyler's duality for more crits based off of hull, and he's got good hull. More flat basic damage, and more penetration. Duty officers, pretty standard, just something extra to help him escape tractor beams, because fire at will does draw a lot of threat. Duty officers. Crit chance, crit severity, more shield power to help out Tilly's shield. Directed energy modulation officer. And 2 damage control engineers. So I think I've done okay with a nice Santa-y type theme build. So let's see how Santa does in a TFO. Let's try Ketuma Vortex. I'm not sure how quickly this will pop because it's Christmas Day and I wouldn't think people would be online today. There are a few though. But all we have to do is wait for Ketuma Vortex on advanced setting. And if you're wondering, oh, there it is. If you're wondering where I am at the moment, it's outside of Andoria, which is a moon in orbit of a ringed planet, an ice moon, which is appropriate for where Center is. It's kind of wintry. So here we are in Ketuma Vortex. I'm glad it popped quickly so we didn't have to wait. Often I like to check my loadout, because it usually has unsaved changes, even though I know they're saved. Also, I like to give us some weapon power, but somebody's already done it, so in this case I'll do shield power. Because only one of these can be active at a time per team. So if you see someone activate the weapon one, then you've got to choose one of the others. Command abilities. 20 seconds. Yes, only one of these can be active on a team at any one time, so if somebody's already outdone one, then you're best to choose a different one. And I noticed somebody already did the weapon one, so I chose the shield one. Because if I chose the weapon one, it wouldn't have worked. Anyway, here we go. You've been naughty, Borg. So let's ding you down. Well, I often overshoot on an Odyssey. Odysseys are known for drift. And I overshoot my positioning. Rudolph's noses! Ding ding ding! Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Here come the Borg. Time to launch the North Star. There it is. Bit of DPRM as well, and some buffs. See how the shields are draining pretty well, and I fight Borg, so I need a polarized hull. But that buff power subcore is pretty damn powerful from what I can see, compared to other things, and it's got a good cooldown as well, so you can use it quite often. Now I'll be going after those probes in a moment. Now that I've got the generator exposed, it's not going to heal anymore. Actually, I might help this guy with his cube. I don't suppose he needs help, but since I'm on this side now, and my side is basically clear and ready for destruction, maybe I'm bypassed for that added weapon damage, essential for an engineer. Now all's clear on this side, that side's done, so I can go and destroy all that now, but he's doing well on it. Get some distance so I can turn in launch torpedo, trigger supercharged weapons. No, sometimes piloting drift hinders me on the Odyssey class. Rudolph's noses. There, supercharged weapons is triggered. Or should be now. I believe supercharged weapons comes from the tier 6 Odyssey. Though this is the tier 5. Yep, Santa gives presents to the good and Krampus punishes the naughty, but Some naughty are too much for Krampus, so Santa has to do it himself. And Denatra's been naughty this year. So have these Borg. They've been very naughty. Give them a North Star fragment. This is a bit of a quick cheesy video, I think, but I put this out every year with this ship, just to help get in the spirit. Usually I can't really get a shot upon Denatra these days, because she cloaks too much. But we'll try. See what I mean? Every time I go for her, she cloaks. She used to cloak when you got within 5 kilometers of her. And people used to shout at each other, "Stay 5 kilometers away or she'll cloak," but that's not true anymore. The game was updated and she cloaks based on how much damage she's receiving. So it's inevitable she's going to cloak at several points throughout the battle. No matter how close you are. No matter how far away you are. I like Ketuma though. It's the best Borg space match, I think. Because it doesn't matter how weak or how powerful the team members are, everybody gets the chance to shoot at something. So it doesn't matter who you're really teamed with, because you're still going to be able to shoot at something. Even if you're the weakest player on the map, in the newest character you've got, you'll still get the chance to shoot at something right alongside a big DPSer. Because there's enough targets on the map to go round. There we go, Santa punished Denatra. Shall we punish some Discovery Klingons in Starbase 1? Defense of Starbase 1. Shouldn't take too long for this one to pop. As I say, this is just a quick video. If you want to know more about this ship and how it functions in other TFOs, look up my Twitch stream for Christmas Eve, the 24th, yesterday. I was using this ship for about 4 hours in that stream, doing multiple different TFOs. And it was a lot of fun. Well, it may take Starbase 1 a while to load. Sometimes it helps if you unqueue and queue again, just to let the game know that you're actually queued. Because often these days there's been a little bit of a bug where you queue for a match but you don't actually get queued. You just think you are. Because the HUD says you are, but you're not actually queued. That's why it takes a long time to pop some of these matches sometimes. We'll do one more TFO. I'm not going to bother doing an infected the conduit, since we've already done a Borg one. And you'll just have to take my word for it, this ship hits at about 60k in an ISA. And it's got good survival. It can keep up with the team. It's not the fastest ship, but it can keep up. Scrap that, that's not what's happening. What's happening is, this is Santa's workshop, and all the ships leaving are delivering presents for all the children, and Santa's got to defend those ships while they leave from Klingons that are trying to steal the prezzies by just beaming off the prezzies and destroying the ships. It's nice to have a cruiser. You just go in a straight line with fire at will and everything dies. Let's get away from that space wizard. I can't see what's going on with one of them around. And it's not exactly controlling the enemy either. It's sending the enemy all over the place. No offense to him, of course, though. Space wizardry can be fun. I've done it myself on alternate characters. Oh, look, saving all the prezzies. The ones the Klingons are stealing. I don't know if anybody would agree with me, but I feel gravity well is too powerful in this game now. And so is all this space magic stuff that's going on. If you watch the TV show of Star Trek, you never saw any of this space magic. And it's kind of not feeling like Star Trek. I mean, a lot of matches you go into these days, you can't see what's going on because there's so much visual clutter. The space magic only seems to be good and fun for the person who's doing it. But everybody else, to hell with them, eh? That's what it feels like. There's too many ways to beef up gravity well these days. I mean, I don't mind a good exotic build as long as it doesn't create visual clutter or knock targets out of a person's firing arc, a person who has priority over the target. Anyway, this isn't about ranting, it's about Santa Claus killing Klingons. And besides, I do like space magic, I do it myself. And that, just now, was like a big whitewash over everything, that kind of like a storm of snow. And Santa would be very comfortable with that. North Star time. That's Santa's space magic. Although technically it's not exotic damage. It's just energy damage, I believe. That's boring, circling around a gravity well, blowing things to pieces. I like to actually fight the enemy, rather than just orbit them. I like to pick and choose my enemies, rather than just orbit with fire at will. Dancing on your hull. I bet the Klingon's saying, "There's some ringing in my ear," right before he dies. A dishonourable, naughty death. Gotta save all these prezzies. Take them back from those dead Klingons that tried to steal them. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Does no one pick up loot these days? I suppose it's because nobody's got space for it these days. Because everybody's got full inventories now and there's no more space available. Especially those who've been around for 8 years playing. 8 to 10 years. I do have a paradox ship myself, and it's pretty awesome for space magic. I was lucky enough to get one, and I put it on a side character just for the sole purpose of space magic, so I'm a hypocrite when I moan about it. Kill it! Kill it with extreme red nose fire. It's not corona fire, is it? Yep, Rudolph's sneezes are deadly, and they change course. They're homing deadly. Do you know they should have given me that name, Loot Critter? Because I'm always after loot. But I think there's somebody else in game who'd already got it first. I saw another alt character in the game. Person called alt, like me. They just spelt their word a little slightly differently. They put an O in it. But I haven't seen anyone called Santa. So, in fact, in all my years of doing a Santa Claus build, I do it every year. I haven't seen one other person doing it. I know there are people doing it because I've been told there are, but I haven't seen them. But then again, I am a solo player, so I don't get to see everything this game players do in this game. So that's my U.S.S. Santa Claus. I hope that helps to get you in the spirit. Keep the video nice and short this year. One last look at the build. Ding 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 weapons that look like tinsel. Rudolph's nose's crystal torp. And Iconian shield visual. Temporal deflector visual and Aegis engine visual, or Argeus, which is the way some people pronounce it. And that engine is what gives the appearance of, shall we say, snow thrust or ice thrust. And the glow around the engines just then, that was from atmospheric flight training available from the Fleet Spire. Helps you fly better at Dyson Sphere. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, everybody. Ho ho ho. Santa sends on all subspace channels. Merry Christmas. You've been very good boys this year, so you get a video of the U.S.S. Santa Claus as your Prezi. Bye.